Guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Amnesia memories. And we are actually going to do the end, the good end for Kent's path. So, what I did is after we recorded everything the normal path, I went back and I played with a guide to get all of the other endings. So there's two bad endings for Kent, a good ending and the normal end. We got the normal end, so that was perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I wasn't gonna actually like kind of record the rest, but the good ending is just so good, and it made me like I think it melted my cold dead heart. I was like, I hate this game so much. I love it. I love it. I'm kidding. I do not hate it. I love it. But I almost want to hate it because it made me feel. It made me feel. It gave me all the feels. So I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I highly recommend actually playing this game with the voice acting just because it is really good. But of course, it's all in Japanese, and even though there's like the English subtitles and everything, it would be really difficult for me to play with the voices and like wait for them to stop and then read what they're saying because I just feel like that would take twice as long, and me talking over the Japanese voices would just be weird. Or me being like, okay, we have to just sit here and listen to the Japanese voices and you have to read it for yourself. I mean, it's just I don't know, like, I mean, that's what you're doing if you're playing the game, but I just kind of feel like that would just be weird when you're watching a Let's Play. So, but I definitely recommend playing it with the voice acting because it is actually, it's amazing. It's not like somewhere it's like, I am acting like this. I mean, they are like legit, legit. But anyway, so the difference, I'm not going to show you the end for the bad path one, bad ending, the first bad ending. That basically is when Kent brings us back to our apartment. The day he's like, you've forgotten everything, haven't you? And we're like, yes. And we basically admit it. Then he's like, I'm going to take you to the hospital. And we're like, but no, I don't want to go to, and he just takes us to the hospital and it's like, peace out, bye-bye, Felicia. And I think it's supposed to insinuate that you're going to die in the hospital because it brings you to the hospital and he's like, oh, don't worry, this will be the best place for you. There's neurosurgeons and everything, and you'll get your memory back. And of course, Orion's like, no, we're just going to get worse here. This is not good. Of course, Ken has no idea that Orion exists because that only happened when he trusted us and listened to us. So bad ending one happens because Kent doesn't trust you based on the choices you've made. So he brings you to the hospital, and it's basically insinuated that your memory's getting worse. And his whole thing is like, I won't forget you. And it's like, we're obviously gonna forget you though, and that's kind of what you're insinuating, and that's awful. And that I think happens like what 15 or 16 days in. I mean, it ends pretty fast that way. Bad ending 2, I will show you because it took me like 6 tries to get it because I kind of just messed around in the very beginning and I didn't follow the walkthrough. And I thought, oh, well, you can still get bad ending 2 at the branch off because like everything's supposed to be the exact same for the first few days. And then you have different choices to make for bad ending 1 or 2. But I couldn't do it. I had to start all over from the beginning and do it and use exactly what the walkthrough said to get bad ending 2, and it is so worth it because it is like holy shiznits. So we will play bad ending 2. I'll probably do that in a separate part, just because this one's going to take a while. But this is the good ending, so this is like the bestest one that you can get. And basically, we've at the part we're in the hospital, as you can tell. We got hit by the car, so we did everything. We decided we were going to go get Kent's notes for his presentation because he forgot them. We get hit by the car. We remember all about our dog, and we have the memory of how Kent was basically like, geez, just get over it. And we're like, you're a jerk, and I hate you. The difference that I'm not showing just because it was only a slight difference is, and you'll kind of see that when it kind of in the next couple of little bits of conversation with Kent, is when EQ contacts us and talks to the nurse. He then turns around, tells Kent, who is then is like, I don't know what to do. And EQ is like, well, I can't make that decision for you. And Kent's like, you know what? I'm sorry you had to help me with all this, but I'm going to the hospital. So in the normal path, he rearranges his schedule and rearranges it so that he can go first and then come see us. And in this good ending, he's basically like, peace out, and just ditches the conference. So you will see that because he will admit to us that he did that, but you get that little bit before he shows up in the hospital. But I didn't kind of want to do that because then we have to go back through her memory about her dog, and it was like, we've already done that. So the two little bits of dialogue that changed between Kent and Iki are, whatever. So, and I realized that listening to the voice acting that Mina is Mine, but that's how they keep saying her name, but whatever. Like, just figured I'd throw that out there. Anyway, so Kent, Spacey, pull yourself together. Please don't die. Someone's calling to me. I remember there was another time he called out to me desperately like this. You're awake. Are you okay? Are you in pain? Just wait. I'll go call a nurse. I wonder why Ken is in a place like this. The sun is still so high. Kent was supposed to be really busy. You've got a strange look on your face. I decided to abandon the conference. I was so worried about you, I couldn't give my presentation. I heard you were only lightly injured, but I just couldn't sit still. So I had to come here and see you. Oh, but don't think of this as being your fault. I likely won't be able to study abroad because of this, but I think part of me was actually hoping for that. There's nothing more important to me than you now. I knew it for sure as soon as I saw you opening your eyes. I'm glad I came. This was the right choice. This got me, and it just keeps getting worse with the feels. I don't want to let go of your hand now, no matter what you think of me. My feelings won't change. You're more important to me than anything. That much. He's thinking about me that much. I'm... You don't need to answer me now. I'm sure you're still tired. It's okay, you can sleep. Don't worry about anything. Nothing scary will happen again. I'll be with you all day. I want to watch over you. Hey! Hey, Spacey, can you see me? All right. Ah, you finally looked at me. I put in some effort so you could see me temporarily. It seems like you can't see me anymore, and you can't even hear my voice. I was by your side the whole time. I saw Kent come rushing to see you, too. Such passion. But it seems like it's time for us to part ways. It was only a short time, but it was really fun being with you, playing around and fighting with so many people. It looks like I didn't end up ruining your life by making you lose your memories. That's a relief. In fact, I might have even been your very own Cupid. Or am I just being egotistical? Kent's a little insensitive, but he's also a really nice guy. It seems like you remembered the sad memory he was worried about, though. It's okay. The two of you now could get through anything, no matter how sad the memory was. That's why I'll be going now. Get along with Kent. It's okay to fight once in a while, but when you do, just remember that being honest about your feelings will help you make up. And if you're happy, I'll be able to not worry and get back to doing my work. Once we're separated, you'll probably forget me, but I'll never forget you. Even after I return to my world, I'll be praying for your happiness. Bye-bye, Spacey. Take care. This is sad because I still don't want to lose Orion. It hurts every time. Bye-bye, Orion. It was really fun being with you, too. This hurts me, man. It's okay, I have Kent, but I still miss Orion. We'll see him again when we play in the next world. Apparently, Ikkyo has 3 bad paths. And still a good one and a normal one. I don't know why he's 3, but that's creepy. I see. So you remembered that time. Yes. I was thinking about that while you were sleeping as well. I had finally gathered the determination to talk to you about it. Determination to talk about it all with you. Oh my good God, I can't. It's like 1:30 in the morning, FYI. I just really wanted to do this now because I just got through the bad path and I just wanted to record them. So anyway, I'm sorry. But it seems you remembered before I could. Before I ask what you think about this matter, allow me to apologize. I'm sorry about back then. I didn't understand your feelings and I ended up speaking insensitively. At the time, I believed that I was correct. That death was only a matter of time, and I believed you were prepared for it. That's why I wanted you. That's why I wanted to change how you felt. Wanted you to change how you felt. I wanted you to be more positive. However, now I realize that was not something to be said to a person who had just lost someone important to her. If you had died yesterday, and if someone had said those same words to me, I wouldn't be able to bear it. I can't even stand the thought of it. I wouldn't be able to endure such a thing, yet I hurt you with those same words. I can't simply say that your death will be just a matter of time. Even knowing that we'll eventually part ways, I want to be with you forever. I want you to live forever. And I'm sure you felt the same way about your dog. That's so sad. Like, I want you to be forever and I want to be with you forever. And I'm sure you felt the same way about your dog. Poor little Eeyore. And there's one more thing I'd like to apologize for. Back then, right before the leash snapped and the dog ran off, I said, "That dog is a nuisance." Huh? You did? You don't remember? I'm sure I said it. It was always barking at me, and I was fed up with it, and I didn't really like dogs to begin with. However, that's just an excuse. At the time, all I wanted was to be alone with you. I wish that it would just go away, and it happened right after. The leash snapped, and the dog ran off. I'm sure it was a coincidence. However, it was as though the devil had granted my wish. I realize this feeling of guilt is unrealistic. It was a simple wish. I know it wasn't my fault. But while I realize that, this feeling of misapprehension, the guilt that I killed that dog won't disappear. And if I feel this way about that, I believe that you'd feel even more strongly about it. That's why I want to apologize. I didn't actually want your dog to die. I don't remember. It must have been a huge shock to me, but maybe I can't remember because it's something I don't want to remember? No, thank you for receiving my apology. I didn't think the day would come when I could talk to you about this. I didn't think you'd even hear me out and listen to my apology. Thank you. I feel as though this burden has been somewhat lifted. Even after remembering that, you'd still talk to me like this. Of course. Oh, look at me so... And then I don't know if... I don't remember. I don't think this one was in our other one, but like, I've loved you all this time. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I've always wanted to talk to you like this. I can honestly admit those feelings now. I never would have thought of doing this, even just 1 month ago. It's been a month! I mean, seriously, this is just ridiculous, but it's strange. Now that the things I wanted to hide from you are revealed, I feel as though I can finally face you for the first time. On that day when I hurt you and you rejected me, I didn't know what I would do. After your dog died, you didn't go on your morning walks, and I lost every chance I had of seeing you. I wanted to see you again, but I believed that you wouldn't want to see me. I thought I'd just end up making you cry again, and that seeing me would remind you of terrible things. But still, I wanted to see you so badly, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't bear it, and on that day, when I called out to you and asked you to date me, you were completely shocked. You weren't simply shocked, you looked at me with sorrowful eyes. I still can't forget the face you made at the time. Now that I think about it, you probably wanted to ask me why I said such terrible things if I had those feelings for you. Now, I can answer that question. I was ignorant. I'd never known anything or anyone that I truly didn't want to lose before. I didn't understand your pain, so I ended up hurting you. I treasured you, but I always made you angry. But still, I was thinking about you in my own way. I may make more mistakes in the future, but I still want to do my best to show my sincerity and be faithful to you. That's why I want to ask, may I still remain by your side? The funny thing is like, the good ending you're supposed to say, I think I said too much as well. I said, yes, please stay with me, obviously, because you can see that's the green. I'm going to go with that because that gave me the good ending. So I feel like that's a better than like, I think I said too much. Like, I don't know what would happen with that, but thank you. I will treasure you. And plus you said that. Oh, like, I don't know. Maybe there's something else he would have said. Maybe it's even a little bit better if you answer the other way, but I don't know. Hello, we came to visit. Sawa, Mine. The loud people are here again. Wait, Ken, it's been a while. No way, Ken, I didn't think you'd be here. Her voice is though so annoying because it's really high pitched and she's like, it's just It's almost painful. It's almost painful. That's about the only thing that I have to complain about with the voice acting. It's like her voice is slightly painful. Like it really is. Have you been staying in our hospital room? That's a surprise. We were really shocked, though. You were in a traffic accident, right? You look a lot better than expected. When do you get out of the hospital? Tomorrow. Why do you need to answer for her, Kent? I'm here in place of her family. Her parents live too far away to visit. What? Her family? Wow, it's like you two are already married. Married? Like he's blushing. It's adorable. As the person closest to her besides her family, I simply came here to watch over her. Her family isn't even here, but you're attending to her, Kent. Doesn't that mean you're even closer than her family? I love how they're embarrassing him, despite the fact that he professed his love to me like 5 minutes, yesterday, and then now he's like, oh, whatever. You're not staying here overnight, are you? It's about time for you two to leave. What? So I was right. If you don't leave, I will. Well, wait a minute. You could tell us more details about it. Okay. We're very sorry. We asked a little too much. Seeing how Kent seems to be mad now, we should stop teasing him. What? But I wanted to hear more. Anyway, back to the main issue. I'm glad you seem to be doing pretty well. The manager and the others were worried too, you know. Ah, that's right. He said to get plenty of rest. What about that man, Yukio? Huh? Yukio? We haven't seen him around. Why do you ask? Wait a second, was that cheating rumor really true? Sawa, didn't I tell you before that that man is suspected of stalking her? Yeah, I heard that, but just like I said the other day, he hasn't come by the cafe in a while. Maybe you're just overthinking it. I don't know about that. I actually heard some pretty scary news. Wait, what? I heard that the day before yesterday, an unidentified man was found dead after falling from the roof of an apartment complex in the neighborhood. I'm pretty sure all of this is like the same stuff, like we already, so a lot of the same things happen until you get like kind of past this, so. This part might be a little bit longer than normal just because we got to skip through all this. But we're just going to go with it. And that man's features were pretty similar to Yukio's. Maybe that's just coincidence. Maybe, but that rooftop was in the perfect position to see into this room. They said the railing the man was leaning on collapsed due to rust, and it happened in the middle of the night. If you think about what he was doing in that place at that time of night, it's actually pretty creepy. You're saying he could have been looking into this room and fell by accident? Isn't that really scary? I doubt that's anything more than fantasy. What? Really? If that man really was Yukio, we'd be safe now, but the basis for that conclusion is far too weak. Like, he was staring into the room and saw that Kent was with us. Because Kent's been staying with us. That's not what I mean. It's scary because he could have died with a grudge. Again, meaningless fantasy. Spacey, as long as we don't know for certain that man was Yukio, I can't leave you alone. Yukio can't catch a break, even in a story. Yukio. Was he the person who pushed me during the accident? I wonder if the person who died really was him. That reminds me, why were you alone at the time of the accident? Ikkyu was supposed to pick you up. Right, I heard that she ran off to get something you forgot, Kent. Really? You didn't know? That's what Ikkyu was guessing anyway. That was a very important conference, wasn't it, Kent? But in the end, you abandoned the conference to rush to the hospital, right? And your chance to study abroad was ruined because of that. It's got to be, love. That hasn't been decided yet. The official results will be disclosed on the 31st. Although, it's already pretty much decided. I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize. It's not like you had bad intentions. But I'm being serious here. It doesn't matter what kind of rush you're in. Don't jump out in front of cars. I just love that. That's right. I think my life became 3 days shorter from the shock. It's more than that. Yeah. Thank you both. It's finally quiet. I'm sorry. There's nothing for you to apologize about. That goes for studying abroad, too. This is a decision I made myself. I don't want you to worry about it. Okay. If I went to study abroad, How many days would we not have been able to meet? Huh? My scheduled departure was September 17th. My planned return was September 31st of next year. Also, next year is a leap year. What? Thank God I already pucked it. Correct. That's why, you know, I'm saying I'd be lonely. Yes, me too. Urgh, stupid Kent. Stupid robot turned into stupid romantic guy with the balls. Hmm. We didn't get this far in the other one. There was no 28th, I don't think. Well, no, actually, because we had the 26th and then we ended up, because all those conversations I think happened. Or maybe they were the 27th, but we didn't have that question, you know. I'm home. It's really quiet. I wonder why I feel like I was always talking to someone here. Who was it? It wasn't Kent. Until recently, we were always just fighting after all. There weren't many times when he came in here. Have I forgotten something again? It's a little lonely. It is weird not having voices in your head. I wouldn't know there was always a voice in my head. See, we didn't have this park. That's what's lovely. Do you remember this park? No? It's a very pretty park. I didn't know that you'd end up in this park if you walked through the cemetery. Back when we met every morning, we'd often walk here together. I think it would be perfect for a rehabilitation walk or something of the sort. I see. I wonder what feelings I had while I was talking with you, Kent, while I was walking with you, Kent. Did I think about you? Or was I reluctant about it? Can't remember. There's a bench over there. We should sit and take a break. It would be meaningless to push yourself too hard so suddenly. Okay. And if the previous me knew I was spending time with you like this, I wonder if I'd be surprised. Or would I be happy? It's strange. Back then, I never would have thought that I'd visit the park with you as a couple. Oh, I was thinking the same thing. By the way, Spacey, do you have any interest in solving something like this? Huh? This is one of those really difficult looking puzzles Iki was doing. Oh, okay, he's obviously showing us something. Here's me like I played this ending and I'm still confused. It seems simple arithmetic is too easy for you. While this involves arithmetic as well, it's more complicated. Of course, the level is different from the puzzles I create for EQ. Those are meant to frustrate him, after all. I made this puzzle fully intending for it to be solved. It should be solvable with a little effort. I thought that you'd find it enjoyable to solve this. Thanks. I'd be happy if you enjoyed it. Okay. Of course, I mean, he's got a sweetness, but I swear to God, if a man gave me math puzzles, I'd be like, why do you hate me? Not, oh, okay. I'd be like, you hate me, don't you? You're trying to kill me, aren't you? No, please. Uh, logic puzzles, maybe. I'm fine with those, but what's wrong? Spacey, would you like to marry me? What? That's exactly my reaction when I read that the first time. I was like, what? Oh, I don't mean right now. I simply thought that children with superior genes would be born between us. Okay, again. Getting a little ahead of yourself there, Kent. No, that's wrong. That's not what I meant. I just felt that I'd be able to live a happy life if it was with you. That regardless of what strange things captured my fascination, you'd smile and go along with it. That's what I imagined just now for a moment. Are you going to laugh at my silly fantasy? This is adorable. But if you'd be willing to accept me, I'll pledge my undying faithfulness to you for life. And someday I'll place a ring upon this finger. This is just advance notice. Think about it until the day comes when I make a formal proposal. Oh my God, it's gonna make me cry. Do you think I'm rushing ahead too quickly? But I just felt like I needed to secure you now, while I still could, or it might not happen. And just me being dumbfounded. What the hell? Marriage? Could I do something like that? My heart's beating so fast. I should probably keep it a secret from Kent for a while that I got so excited. Still slightly devious, like, I shouldn't tell him. Oh, someone's here. Could it be Sawa? Or maybe Kent? Yes, I'll be right there. Ah, Kent, hello. I just received a formal decision about my studying abroad. Oh? Would you like to go for a little walk? There's somewhere I want to take you. Where's that? You'll know when you see it. Was the place you wanted to take me the school? It's your school. Huh? Oh, I see. Now that you mention it, I kind of recognize it, maybe. So you really don't remember? I'll show you around. This part's going to be a little bit long, but it's okay. Oh, I remember this hallway. I walked through here with Sawa and Mine. Until a short while ago, I didn't want you to come near this place. Why? I thought you might remember our math lessons from back then, and what happened afterward. Is the place where we're heading to the classroom over there? That's right. I want to remember. I think it'll be fine, no matter what I remember. I believe so too. That's why I thought I could bring you here. This is the classroom. Oh, I remember this classroom. I'll be starting class now. Return to your seats. Teacher, I have a question. Do you have a girlfriend? Everyone, while this may be a class planned out by students, I'm not here to play around. All of you be silent now. If you continue to make noise, I'll simply go home. Such a dick. I love it. Now that you know that he's actually not, like, just an a-hole, it's nicer now. Why are you laughing? Did you remember the class? Yes. Ken, you were like a real teacher, and a really strict one at that. I wasn't being strict. You were all just too rowdy. Really? Really? What's so funny? Because we half intended it to be just for fun. But you were really serious about teaching us. No matter how much Sawa and everyone laughed, you weren't affected at all. Now that I think about it, I might have admired you ever since then, Kent. And now that I think about it, you came to that strict teacher for romantic advice. Ah, it was when we met during a walk. You talked about a failed love with someone. Who were you talking about? Well, it might be rude to start questioning you over it now, but I'm a little curious about who you had such feelings for. Just a little, understand? Um, I think that was... What do you think? Want to go out with me? We can just try it out and see how things go. Ridiculous. What? Talk to me after you get 100% on your next test. I couldn't possibly stand dating an idiot. See, you wouldn't be able to date me because I'm not that good at math. Ah, that's right. I talked to Ken about a failed love right after that. What should I do? I just remembered something really embarrassing. The person I was talking about was Kent. I was really shocked to find out he had little interest in girls, so I talked about it like I had been heartbroken. I thought if he had even a little interest in me, he'd answer my feelings in some way. What's wrong? Why are you shying away like that? It's nothing. Don't tell me you just remembered there was another man that you liked. No, that's not it. I I didn't like another person. I highly doubt that. You came to me for advice about a failed romance. I distinctly remember. Or were you telling me and not asking for advice? I'm trying to ask you now who that person was. I'm saying there wasn't another person that I liked. Ah, so that's what you mean. I see. And so that's why you slapped me when I told you to experience more of the same heartbreak. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. Now it's making me legit laugh. What were we doing all that time? In other words, there really wasn't any reason for us to be fighting from the very beginning. And that also means, if, when you decided to talk to me about your failed romance, if I hadn't hurt your feelings because of my ridiculous jealousy, that would have been the end of that issue. You were jealous? Yes, now that I think back. At the time, I didn't understand why I was so irritated and ended up talking down to you like that. It's likely because I was already in love with you. I was jealous of the person you had such feelings for and lashed out. Would you agree with that logic? I wouldn't know I wouldn't know about anything like that. I suppose that goes without saying. I didn't even know myself, so you wouldn't have known either. What a roundabout way for us both to handle things. You said before that one should keep seeking out new partners. You don't really believe that, do you? In theory, I believe that's the most efficient. However, in reality, I see absolutely no reason why I would ever have a change of heart. In fact, when I think about you having a change of heart about me, I just want to die. I realize that this is extremely inefficient as a living organism. So why do thoughts like this occur? I'd wager that far from being able to these. I wager that I'm far from being able to these feelings. I don't understand that. In fact, I may never understand them my entire life. Oh, this is the fucking and the artwork in this game is just so gorgeous. I swear to God. I'll go out with you at least until I can understand that. Does that mean forever? It would appear so. Do you have any issues with that? No. This really is strange. Why does the simple act of pressing my lips against yours if I evoke such powerful emotions? He has the weirdest freaking way of saying things. I doubt I could even begin to think of breaking up before this mystery is solved. We still have a little ways to go, so this is going to be a long part. Sorry for the wait. What did you go get? These documents. These are... Spacey, what do you think about going to London with me next year? What? I'm fully intent on trying for another chance at studying abroad at next year's conference. This is a goal I've had for a very long time. I have no intentions of giving up yet. But I also do not wish to go and be unable to see you. There's a way of fulfilling both of these desires. In short, you just need to come along with me. Fortunately, this university has a system for studying abroad based on recommendations. Your current grades may present a bit of an issue, but it's a trivial obstacle that should be relatively easy to overcome. I can help you improve on your current subjects. I can also teach you various ways of acquiring additional knowledge. This sounds so douchey when he says it, but you know what he's trying to say. It's just like, okay, what ups? Like, I don't believe this is a bad proposition for your own future as well. What do you think? You really don't want to be away from me that much. Oh, you really don't want to be away from me that much? Correct. I couldn't bear it. Exclamation point. You don't need to rush your answer. Just let me know when you've made up your mind. However, I have no intention of hearing any answer but an agreement, just so you know. That's not fair. Perhaps. You didn't know? I knew. I'm in love with you. I don't ever want to let these hands go again. I promised that I'd listen to your emotional arguments if I ever felt like there was no logical reason behind love. It's true that there are reasons behind this feeling that I can't explain. It might be necessary at times to simply accept and obey one's emotions, like you do all the time. Thus, I decided to obey my emotions and act based upon them. In other words, I have no intent of letting you go. Any objections? I have plenty. I have plenty of objections. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hello? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. This is so beautiful. I don't understand why everybody else looks legit real and she, like, her eyes, like, when they do the profile, always looks so freaking awkward and goofy, but everybody else looks fabulous, but she looks weird. It's just me. Oh, it's you, Kent. I thought one of the people here was saying something to me, but I couldn't understand. The accent threw me off. Obviously, because when you do the voices, like, obviously they're speaking Japanese, and when they come here, he's actually speaking in English. So that's why she's like, what? Huh? Because he comes up, you know. How are you able to survive in London if you can't even understand that? I just said I'm sorry about being late. I was surprised because it was sudden. I'm usually fine when I'm prepared for it. Oh, I hope so. Sheesh. Kent, are you remembering the streets right? It's unusual for you to be late. Oh, that's not it. I was actually here on time, but I was watching you for a while. What? The sight of you waiting for me at this riverbank just didn't feel like it was real. I thought you could vanish at any moment, and I'd ended up watching you for a while. I realized it was strange of me to do so. It's possible that I still can't believe that you come all the way here for me. When I can't see you, I begin to feel so unsure and weak. Um, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. I don't ever want to make you wait. No, it's okay. Thank you for coming. That's so cute. I won't let you go again. Yes. Please don't ever let me go. I'm gonna cry. Stupid ending. It's so beautiful. So yes, obviously we went to London with him, and like now it's been like a year later, and blah blah. What we also have is memories because of that, because we got the good ending. We have another secret memory of him. Um, so it's August 26th. Ken came to see me when I got into an accident. My memories returned, and the two of us talked a lot. I was really happy. When I told him I would stay overnight at the hospital, he was really surprised. And we can play this. So this is like another little little scene, so it's really cool. Spacey, is there anything I can do to take care of you more properly? If you wish, I could borrow your key and gather a change of clothes, or I could go buy some. A change of clothes? Right, a change of... no, I suppose it's better that I not touch a woman's clothing. Just so you understand, I had no ulterior motives in this. Don't misunderstand me. I can ask a female acquaintance for necessary clothing of your size. It would be easy for Sawa or Mine, would it not? I can at least convey a message to them. I can even ask my mother for help as well. Besides that, is there anything I can help you with? I will fulfill any request within my ability. It has been a month since we started dating. I feel that today we've finally become a couple that can communicate honestly with each other. I've been so inadequate until now. It's not exactly atonement, but I wish to do something. There have been a lot of times where I was inadequate as well. So there's no need for you to do so much for me here, Kent. But then this feeling will remain unresolved. Anything at all would be fine. Please tell me. Yeah, so, okay, I chose this, obviously. I'd like to talk about... What? Oh, wait, okay, whatever. Would that really be enough? Furthermore, with that request, I believe it would only result in my happiness. I'm trying to take care of you. Why are you concerned about me? Well, I really do want to talk with you, Kent. Lately, we haven't had a chance to sit down together like this. I guess maybe you were thinking the same thing? I see. I suppose couples do tend to think the same way. Then anything would be fine. Let's talk. Coming up with a topic like this is difficult, but... I know. How about the subject of my potted plants at home? Lately, the state of my houseplants has not changed much. Talking about his plants. He does not know how to date. That's funny. It's actually become charming. Stupid game. This has been bothering me for some time now, but why have all the nurses who've come to check on you look like they wanted to say something? When I ask, they avoid the question. It can't be my imagination. Your condition cannot take a sudden turn at this point. The test results have already been confirmed. It must be something else. Does it not bother you? I think they may be wondering about our hands. Once they look down at them, everyone seems to smile at us once they see it. Our hands? Oh, you've been holding mine. Is there some sort of problem with your holding my hand? For me, I would like to stay like this as long as it doesn't upset you. It doesn't upset me. I'd like to stay like this. I see. That's reassuring. Then let us continue holding hands without concern. I just love how overly formal it is. Okay. But visiting hours will be over soon. Visiting hours? That's right, visiting hours. I'd forgotten. There's a limit to my being next to you like this. I'm sorry, I'll have to ask you to let go after all. If visiting hours are close to ending, we cannot stay like this. I understand. It's become late. I better go back to the front desk. All right. Ken, he left so quickly. I suddenly feel really lonely. But I guess it'd be selfish of me to ask him to stay. I'm back. Sorry that took a while. Huh? Kent? Welcome back. At times it still feels strange to converse with you like this. Did you forget something? No, not really. Why do you look so surprised? Because I thought you'd gone home already. What are you saying? I just went to get permission to stay the night. What? Even if your condition isn't serious, I'm still worried. I couldn't leave you alone here. Well, I admit that I myself didn't wish to leave your side. Yesterday I was only given permission to just stay the one night, so the hospital wasn't very happy, but I was able to convince them. I mentioned that it would be best to consider your mental health too. Your family is far away, and since you came here, your memory has been unstable and indeterminate. I told them you needed someone you could trust by your side at a time like this. I'm not surprised that they allowed me to stay on that basis. The information I presented is hardly refutable. Though they initially appeared grim, they couldn't help but agree once I was finished. I'm glad. I feel better when you're near me, Kent. Thank you. The way you smile so bashfully is very cute. Kent? I'm making her giggle stupidly because I'm doing it. God, this damn game. Stop making me feel. From now on, I'll work even harder so that I'll be able to see that expression on your face more often. But is it really alright for you to spend the night tonight? Of course, I feel happy about it, but it must be a burden on you. I told you it is what I want. It was a considerable shock to me that you were in an accident. Since your arrival here until now, I've stumbled over steps 5 times. I've missed turning a corner and ran into a wall twice. I almost went into the wrong room 3 times. Once I thought I had run into someone and apologized only to find it was a pole. You know, that's not the first time you've run into a pole, though, if you remember. It's still one of the funniest parts in this whole thing. These are mistakes I usually never commit. Lies. Liza Minnelli, you ran into that pole in the very beginning. Therefore, it can be deduced that I am more disturbed than I have ever been before. Just now as I returned, I almost tripped over nothing. Even though your condition is not life-threatening, my mindset won't change so easily, it seems. Even if I did return home, I probably wouldn't be able to manage any sort of work. Not only that, I might see the next day without the slightest bit of sleep. Thinking that something may happen to you while I'm gone makes me uneasy. Kent, I'm restless when I can't feel your presence as closely as possible. He rubs us. So cute. When I realized visiting hours were almost over, an unspeakable despair assaulted me. Then, the next moment, my mind became full of trying to figure out how I could stay here. Are you going to laugh at me? No, I wouldn't ever laugh at you. I was thinking something similar myself. That if I couldn't be with you, I would be unbearably lonely. Spacey, I'm glad I rushed to your side yesterday without thought. It's still really freaking awkward saying my own name in this. It really is. No matter what others say, I can clearly affirm it now. This is how much of a special existence you are to me. It might be strange of me to say something like this, but thank you for being safe. Also, I love you. Spacey, you are more important to me than anything else. I'm just gonna frame that. Sorry. It's so awkward! But I'm gonna keep my name in it because I don't want to change her name now. So that was that. So that is the good ending, and I know this was like super duper long. I think what I will actually do is I will show you both of the bad endings. So we'll show you bad ending 1 and then bad ending 2. So I'm gonna go set those up, and then the next part will show the 2 bad endings for Ken. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.